Let's bring in Jack Brewer, CEO of the Brewer Group, and Congressman Burgess Owens from Utah. Welcome to both of you. Congressman, I'll start with you first. Why did it take so long to get this extra protection for the justices' families?
Well, I think what this shows is what the hard left of the Democratic Party is all about. It's about chaos. There's an ideology that believes that there's a political strategy to bring in misery. And whether it be Antifa, BLM, or what we're seeing right now with the threat against the judicial part of our country, shows really what their bottom line is. That is chaos, fear, and American people are not up for that. We're gonna really stand up against this in a big way. Just wait for November.
Okay. With limited time here, I want to get to our next topic. Congressman Owens and Jack, you are working on legislation to promote fatherhood in America, arguing that fatherlessness is a national crisis. Here are the stats from the Census Bureau. More than half, 57% of African-American households are fatherless. That's the demographic compared to Hispanic and white families. Jack, why is this such an important issue for you to promote?
There's 18.4 million fatherless kids in the United States of America, and that should make each and every American's stomach hurt, to be quite honest with you. Men need to step up across our country. The things that we see happening in our streets, the violence that we see happening in our streets, all that stems from fatherlessness. It's a lack of spirituality and guidance, and you have these young boys running the streets that don't have any real guidance and not a fear. They don't have a manly influence to put discipline and respect. We've softened our schools. We don't hold these kids accountable the way that they need to be held accountable. And I think that we're paying a grim price right now with our reading and math proficiency levels in the tank across our country. It's time for the father to stand up as we head into this Father's Day week. That's why I'm so excited to work with Congressman Burgess Owens, who's taking a stand against this such an important issue in this crisis in our country right now.
Congressman, I'll let you give us your take on all of this as we put up on the screen some other statistics of children who grow up in fatherless homes, revealing high school dropout rate is higher. Those that live in poverty-stricken homes, the suicide rate, behavioral disorders are all higher. Why is this such an important issue for you, sir?
If you want to bring misery, throw the family unit. And I speak from a time in which the black community, because we believed in faith, family, free market education, led our country to growth of middle class, men matriculating from college, men committed to marriage, percentage of entrepreneurs. And we had young boys understanding that we love God, country, family, respect for women and authority. It's really simple. And we need to get back to that. And thank goodness we're at a time now where we're having this conversation where we can finally say, men, let's man up. Let's do what we're supposed to do. We're here to provide, protect, and partner with our wives and our spouses, period. If we do that, our country comes back strong. Our families will strengthen our communities will strengthen our nation, and it comes down to the role of fathers to go out and do their job. And I'm thankful that we're finally talking about this, and it's going to resonate across the country. It's not just the black community nowadays. All Americans are feeling the pain of not having men grow up to do what they're supposed to do, and that is provide, protect, and partner up with their spouses.
Jack, I'll give you a final thought on this. As you do point out, one of the biggest statistics about fatherless homes, 85% of youth who are currently in prison grew up in a fatherless home. That is according to the Texas Department of Corrections. A final thought to you, sir, on this.
I spend time in the prisons almost every week, and I see these men that are hurt, and most of these men didn't have fathers, and now they're leaving our kid and our nation with fathers that are in prison. And so we got to get away from just the criminal justice hard lock people up. It's got to go back to rehabilitation. We need to rehab these fathers so they can go back and become dads when they return from prison. And we got to help these kids stay connected with their fathers. We spend too much money in our criminal justice system not to be rehabilitating these fathers to go back and do their jobs when they get out of jail. We owe these kids more than that. As a nation, we're better than this. And I just applaud Congressman Owens and all the many members here that are going to bring this a needed attention to the light of America.
Well, you two are clearly on a mission, and we appreciate you joining us to tell your story. Congressman, thank you. Jack Brewer, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra. All the best.